matrix feedback loop that somebody's told you about.
Do you think we're all connected by thought? There's some sort of joint consciousness. There's a mind saying lakik alakin, and that basically means that I'm just another you.
I mean, once again, if we're receivers of information and we're operating off of a frequency, you can vibe with somebody by being in the same frequency state. That's why when two people smoke a joint, they can hang out together because they're in the same vibe.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the most basic example for the average person to understand. When you go to a concert, you're listening to the same music, the same vibes, the same frequencies. You start, getting in rhythm. You go in bed, you cuddle with your girl, your heart start beating at the same pace. You feel connected, right? You're vibrating at the same frequency. Many instances of life. So yes, you can be connected, but you can also be highly disconnected to people because you're in a completely different plane of reality. Mm-hmm. So it also depends on where you are. But once again, you'll attract the people that you deserve to attract based off of who you are.
I agree. What's your relationship with God like? And what does God mean to you even?
What is God?
That's my question to
I'm
you.
asking you, bro. That's a deep question. I don't know, man.
To me, I think it's inconceivable. God is inconceivable, yet conceivable. I think is the ultimate paradox. You can experience through life, through your own unique path, and it's a feeling. I don't think it can be necessarily communicated to someone. If you take a very devout, let's say Christian or Muslim, and an atheist, the way they try and communicate that message of God to the atheist, it just won't resonate with them until they have the experience of feeling themselves.
So what's your question?
What's God to you, and what's your relationship with a creator?
I mean, when you ask for wisdom, why do you ask for wisdom? You ask for wisdom to find truth. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all looking for truth. We're all looking for answers. What is true? What is not true? So I would say the pursuit of truth is what's driving me now to find who God is. So still hunting.
I think it's a lifelong hunt.
Yes.
So once you see past the illusion, in Hinduism they call it Maya, and it's the cosmic illusion, right? And you see past the veil, behind the veil, your spirit wants something else. You no longer really care about the material world or anything it has to offer. Do you think that's a dangerous game?
What game?
The pursuit of truth.
I mean, you still have to play the game. You know what I mean? Like, if you're still bound to you still have bills.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Do you want to live a shitty life or do you want to live a good life? Mm-hmm. I don't care if the earth is the shape of a Dorito or it's flat, round. I don't care. I got things that I still have to do in the real world. A lot of people that go down these metaphysical kind of trails, they lose themselves mm-hmm. to the simplicity of life. Mm-hmm. Like the most beautiful things in life are to be enjoyed by experiences. All these people do 50, 100 years of meditation to come down to the conclusion of being present. And not holding on to shit. Yeah. Like, okay, just don't hold on to shit and be grateful for being in the present moment. So once again, yeah, man, that's a complex question. But to me, it really comes down to your relationship with God. It's definitely a personal thing. I'm still kind of in the exploration of it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a loaded one.
Yeah. Have you read by any chance Untethered Soul?
No.
It's by Michael Singer. One of the questions he asks in there is, who are you? So if I was to ask you, who are you? How would you answer that?
I don't know. I spawned here, consciousness. I'm playing this video game. It looks like fucking Call of Duty.
It looks real. Yeah.
I took a mushroom trip once and I kind of disconnected from my body and I'm like, whoa, this thing's weird.
What was that like?
Weird. Have you done mushrooms?
No.
You should.
Not opposed?
There you go. Okay, why not? Anyways, so, you spawn here, you're trying to figure shit out, you're trying to figure life out. People are 30, 40, 50 years old and they're pressured by society into acting like they know how life is and what life is about and that they have things figured out. And the reality is we're all children, we're all still trying to figure it out. And if you have a student's mind, truth You know, there's a verse in the Bible that says, you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. Another verse says, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be answered unto you. So once you pursue something, that thing that you're pursuing also attracts itself to you. It's the law of magnetism, and whatever you are, you attract. So, you know, when you're praying and you're grateful, that's the elevated thought that you're bringing into creation, into existence. The idea of creation, right? The idea of creating things is the materialization of these thoughts. You ask God to give you patience, right? But then he gives you a challenging situation for you to show patience, and you complain that, you know, like, it's a hard time in life. Well, you ask God to teach you something. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be challenging. The divine is a complexity thing, bro. But at the end of the day, it can be simplified to actions, the very basic things of life. You know, people start arguing about all this metaphysical stuff, but the simple things in life always trump all, at least in my opinion.
I think it's just...
I don't like complicating it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's... When you break it down to the simplest form, I just think it's the... When I ask who you are, that you're just the essence, right? You're just...
Yeah, you're just chilling, dude. You're just chilling. Yeah, I don't know what I am, bro.
The Matrix, right? You talk about the Matrix, talk about the elites and whatnot. Have you heard of Plato's cave? Allegory of the cave? All right. So I wanted to ask, what do you think the utility in conspiracy theories are? Do you think there's a point where you reach and it's, after a while, it's useless?
I mean, it depends on what you use it for. You know, at the end of the day, most conspiracy theories happen to be true, which is kind of crazy. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, you know, what do you learn from 9/11? Okay, that it was an inside job. Okay, cool. What does that tell you? That there's going to be more of them. What does that tell me? That I need to get rich and get out so that I'm not bound to the system. Whatever vertical you take me down, the first solution, the first thing is self-develop, have a good spiritual relationship with God, and then make some money.
Yeah.
All the problems can be boiled down to a couple simple solutions. So it doesn't matter what conspiracy, left, right, center, tsunamis, end of the world, zombies, werewolves, well, you can name it. It boils down to those simple things. How well developed are you? How spiritually and mentally strong you are? And do you have money to be able to output any bad situation?
Yeah. Yeah. And
I think about the input, bro. I think about what I can control, what I can do.
yeah, that was
So many people are stuck on their phone thinking about fucking aliens and conspiracies all day long. I'm like, bro, just go for a walk.
Yeah.
Go do some push-ups.
Honestly, a walk solves 95% of problems, I think.
Go do some push-ups, motherfucker. Like, take your girl out to dinner. Like, chilling, bro. Relax.
And
did I cuss in the church? I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. In business, one thing I find interesting is how people, not even in business, just in life in general, is how people seek counsel, how they pick the friends and people around them. Do you have a go-to system, aside from intuition, that helps you filter people around you?
Of course. In the multitude of counsel, there's wisdom. So you just have to know who you're asking advice from and for what reason. You know, I can ask somebody in my friendship group about business advice, and that maybe I can't ask them about relationship advice. But maybe somebody I can ask about relationship advice and not about travel advice or about watches, or different friends for different people and different information from different people. So what I've come to really want to understand is, once I seek for wisdom, okay, who am I seeking it from? And what is their intention when they talk to me? Are they trying to persuade me? Are they trying to seduce me? Are they trying to lie to me? Or they do, even if they have their best interest in mind, are they even qualified to give me their wisdom and their advice? Are they even intelligent? A lot of people talk. Most people don't have the credentials to back up their thoughts. And ego, hubris, gives you the confidence that makes you feel like your thought is worth something, when most thoughts are actually worthless. That's why when you say something out loud that you were thinking about, you're like, okay, well, that was kind of dumb. Or that joke actually wasn't that funny. Because sometimes we think things that are not real. And many times we want to give advice about things that we shouldn't be giving advice about. That's why most people, everybody should question what I say. Anything that anybody says should be questioned and examined, because there can be a lot of nonsense inside of any vertical. So take advice. In the multitude of counsel, there's wisdom, but ask yourself, is the person that I'm taking advice from somebody worth listening to? Is this person living the life or has done what I want to do? And do they have the expertise and pedigree and experience to actually give me this information and advice? And if the answer is no, then